It is my absolute dream to visit the USA. Like, some of the places that you've got is absolutely unbelievable. From snowy mountains and glaciers to deserts, you know what I mean? You've got it all, and I would love to travel around the USA. And I don't just mean 1 or 2 days. I mean, like, I want to spend a year traveling around, seeing the sights and seeing everything you got. Just let you know, before we watch this top 25 places to visit in the USA video, I don't have the subtitles on today. I do apologize. It's literally like payday tomorrow for me, so I'll get the subscription back. We'll get them subtitles back for the people that need them. I hope you enjoy this list, because I know I'm going to. Even though 25 doesn't seem like enough for such a big country, let me know what's missing.
What's up, guys? My name is Ryan, and I spent
Hello,
most of my
Ryan.
life living in the United States.
Wow.
And I want to show you my favorite
Yo,
places. So
the
here's
list
my
hasn't even
USA
started, and
top
look at it
25.
already. USA top 25. Look
The U.S.
at
is an
that.
incredible country, from the beautiful Hawaiian Islands, the wild
Wow.
rock formations of the Southwest. Each part of the U.S. has something unique to offer that deserves a visit. Let's start
my
this
goodness.
video off at beautiful Lake Tahoe. I have to say that it's my favorite lake in the USA. Located right on the Nevada and California border, Lake Tahoe is the second deepest lake in America.
Second deepest. Look at the size of that thing. That's what she said. Like, my goodness, like, you guys have such a beautiful country. I can't imagine what's going to be on this list, but wow.
With a depth of over 1,600 feet. I mean, it's just absolutely massive. What I love about this lake is how clear the water is. I mean, it's just such a stunning blue color.
Very clear.
It's also famous for having smooth granite rocks that peek out of the water. Now, a great place to go is Sand Harbor Beach. It's full of clear water.
Wait, you can see snow on the mountains, and yet it looks sunny. The water's crystal clear and everything. The elevation must be insane.
And tons of Lake Tahoe rocks. It's an ideal place to swim and paddleboard. Me and my wife were there back in May. Now, while the water was freaking cold, it was still fun to go there and enjoy the scenery. If you do go, I'd recommend visiting in July or August so the water can warm up a little. After, we're going to head over to Yosemite National Park. Now, look.
I wonder how many national parks you have. Yosemite National Park. You must have a lot of national parks, because my goodness, the geography of the place is unbelievable.
About a 4-hour drive from Lake Tahoe, Yosemite is one of the most stunning national parks. It's famous for its massive granite cliffs, clear streams, and powerful waterfalls. One of the coolest features of the park is Half Dome. It's this gigantic piece of granite that rises over 5,000
I wonder if
feet
anyone's
from the
ever
valley
scaled
below.
that.
One side is a sheer cliff, while the
Surely someone scaled that, okay? Or done that. What's that skydiving thing with the wingsuit off the top of there? Wow. I mean, just look. As far as the eye can see, the geology of the place is... Wow.
The other half has the appearance of a rounded dome. One of the most famous waterfalls in the park is Yosemite Falls. It's one of the world's tallest, with its upper falls being 1,430 feet high. One of the more peculiar waterfalls in the park is Horsetail Falls. During mid-February, the setting sun hits the water just right, creating the illusion of a firefall. Yosemite.
You guys literally live in a movie. You guys live in a movie. This is beautiful. These are the kind of places that you can only dream of visiting.
It's home to some of the most beautiful spots in the U.S., and I hope you all can visit. From Yosemite, we're going to head to the coast to visit Big Sur. Now, located on the Pacific 101 Highway, Big Sur is one of America's most scenic drives, known for its winding turns, seaside cliffs, and views of the misty coastline. One of the coolest places in Big Sur is the Bixby Creek Bridge. It's one of California's most photographed bridges, and you'll understand why when you get there. Big Sur is also home to Midway Falls, which is an 80-foot waterfall.
Look at that beach. I've never seen a beautiful beach like that in my country. Look how blue the water is. There's got to be like some kind of camera filter on this, right? Surely. Nothing. Like, that's beautiful.
That falls onto the beach below. If you keep driving south on the 101, it'll take you to this elephant seal vista point. It's this beach filled with thousands of elephant seals. They're some of the largest and weirdest animals I've ever seen. Depending on what time of year you go there, they may be sleeping on the beach or fighting to the death. Pretty crazy animals. Now, while we're still in California, we're going to visit the California Redwoods. Now, the Redwoods are the tallest
Yo, these are the biggest trees in the world, I believe, and oh my goodness, I would love to see them. Like, wow, like you can get 20 people and still not be able to fit all the way around some of them.
Trees in the world, with the highest reaching 379 feet tall. There are groves or redwoods
379
scattered
foot
along the
tall.
northern California coast. And there are plenty of places to see them. I went to the Jedediah Smith Redwood State Park. We explored the grove and I was just blown away by the size of the trees. Not only were the trees amazing, but just the whole ambience of being there. The trees pretty much blocked out all sunlight, and then the ground was covered in these ferns that made it feel like you were in a Jurassic
like a
Park film.
paradise.
I mean, such a magical place. Now,
This
after
guy's
exploring
so
California,
lucky.
we're going to make the drive up to Oregon. Now, I have to say that Oregon is one of my favorite states. It's home to massive volcanoes and countless waterfalls. Me and my wife did a road trip
Volcanoes and
through the state about a
waterfalls.
month ago, and it was extremely enjoyable. Oregon
Look at
is
the
home to
beach.
some of the best coastline in the USA. I highly recommend just driving down the 101
Oh,
coastal
man.
highway. One of my favorite stops was this place called Meyer Beach. It had these massive rocks, and we had the beach all to ourselves. Another scenic spot is the Samuel H. Boardman Scenic Corridor.
Hey, that looks like something out of the movie Avatar. Look how beautiful that is. Man, that must be a dream.
It's one of the most beautiful spots on the Oregon coast in my opinion. If you keep driving up the 101, you'll reach Cannon Beach. When you think of Oregon, you might think of Cannon Beach. I remember first seeing this place on Steven Spielberg's movie, The Goonies, and I've wanted to go ever since.
Wait, this was on The Goonies? Hey, The Goonies was one of your favorite childhood films, okay? My favorite, okay? This is it. This is the place from The Goonies.
It's famous for its haystack rock. It's this massive 235-foot sea stack that shoots out of the ocean. In 2013, it was listed as one of the world's 100 most beautiful places by National Geographic, and I totally understand why.
I can
it's a
see
wonderful
why.
beach to relax or jump in the water if you can handle the cold. After Oregon, we're going to head up to neighboring Seattle. Located in the state of Washington, Seattle has to be one of my favorite cities. I just love how it's built right on the Puget Sound, contrasted with the skyline.
So I've never been to a city before that has loads of big buildings like this. Like even if you like Google London and things like that, like London does not have loads of big buildings like this, not to this scale. And this is not even your biggest city. Like this is kind of amazing.
Full of skyscrapers and a backdrop of the massive Mount Rainier. Now, one place you gotta visit
Was
if you're
that
in
a mountain
Seattle
in the
is
back?
Pike's Place. It's a public market that has been open for more than 100 years. It's full of fresh produce stands, unique shops, and the world's first Starbucks. I just love all the
The world's
colors,
first
smells, and just all-around
Starbucks.
vibe. Pike's Place is also home to the Gum Mall. It might gross you out, but at least
Oh,
it's
I've
full
seen
of
that
colors.
before.
After Seattle, we're gonna head up north to visit Alaska.
Yo, Alaska is one of the most fascinating places you could possibly imagine. I'm guessing this is a glacier. That like wow, Alaska is amazing. Like I like just looking into like pictures of it and stuff like that. It's just the difference in the places that you live is just wow.
When you think of untamed wilderness, Alaska is it. And it's just a land full of some of the world's
Look
biggest
at
mountains
that.
and glaciers, and it's one of the few places in the USA where you can see the aurora borealis.
Oh.
Look at these landscapes. I mean, they're just so
What-
vast and untouched. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yo,
One
as an
popular
English
form
person
of
who's never
transportation
been
is by
outside of the
helicopter
UK,
or bush plane.
somewhere like that existing is just mind blowing. Mind blowing.
Because some spots are just so remote. So if you ever want to escape the chaos of the world, Alaska may be the place you gotta go. After Alaska, we're gonna head over to Hawaii to visit the island of Oahu. All the Hawaiian islands, I have to say
Oh.
Oahu is my favorite. I lived there for
Come
over 8 months
on.
on the North Shore, and it was some of the greatest times of my life. If you love hiking, surfing,
this
or
guy had,
adventures,
like, the
Oahu
best
is the
life
place for you.
ever or
One of the most
something.
popular places on Oahu is Waikiki. It's a perfect
Waikiki.
combination of city and ocean. The
Look at
beach
the
is lined
mountains
with
in the
high-rise
background.
hotels and shops. It is a perfect place to surf and catch some waves. Another one of the most famous places on Oahu is the North Shore. The North Shore is 17 miles
Oh,
of
come
coastline that
on.
is
Come on. That's like so many people's dream vacation just to go somewhere like that. Look at it. You even got the rainbow in this shot, man. That's
It's home to
amazing.
some of the greatest surfing in the world. One of the most well-known beaches on the North Shore is the Bonsai Pipeline. The waves are created by a
Bonsai
super sharp
Pipeline.
and dangerous reef that causes the waves to break just right. During the winter months, some of the most popular surfing competitions are held here, and the waves can reach over 20 feet high. When there aren't crazy
Ooh.
waves, I love swimming on the North Shore. The water is so clear and the waves are just such a fun time to swim in. While we're still in Hawaii, we're going to head over to the
Does this
island
guy just
of
jump off
Kauai.
everything?
Of all the Hawaiian islands, Kauai is the oldest.
Hey, go back a quick second. We're going back a quick second, right? Because that was straight Jurassic Park. There we go. This is it. Okay, if we're ever going to find any real life dinosaurs, this is where it's at. Jurassic Park is in America. That's it.
Of all the Hawaiian islands, Kauai is the oldest, making it the most beautiful and diverse. It's nicknamed the Garden Island, and when you go there, you'll understand why. One of my favorite places is the Napali Coast. There are very few places in the world, if any, that match the beauty of this coastline. The Napali Coast is filled with sea cliffs that rise
I just
3,000
want to
feet
see
from the
somewhere
ocean,
like that in my
contrasted with
lifetime.
deep, narrow valleys that empty to the sea below. There's several ways to experience the Napali Coast. One of the best ways is by helicopter. Prices range from anywhere between $200 to $300.
Hey,
for a
how does he
50-minute
afford to
You'll
go
be
all
able to
of
get
these
some of the best
places?
views of Nepali coastal cliffs and valleys. Another great way is through a boat tour. These range from 3 to 6 hours and cost upwards to $150 per person. If you're on a budget like me, there's plenty of hikes and lookout spots you can go to.
Man says he's on a budget, but he's been to some of the most beautiful places in the world. What are you talking about, bro? How big is this budget you're talking about? Because we can only dream of go. I went to Wales before for a sandwich, but that was like a 3-hour drive.
One of my favorites is the Kalalua Lookout. Another amazing place to visit in Kauai is Waimea Canyon. Nicknamed the Grand Canyon of the Pacific, it's over 10 miles long and 3,000 feet deep. I just love the contrast between the red
He's gonna
rock
jump off
against
something
the
else,
tropical
isn't he?
vegetation. After exploring the Hawaiian Islands, we're gonna head back to the continental U.S. to visit the iconic New York
here we
City
go.
with its massive skyscrapers, diverse cultures, and hustle and bustle atmosphere. It's a place that
Yo, I'm not sure if I could actually survive in a city. Like, I'm not sure if being around so many. I would love to visit, but like, I don't think I'm a city person. Like, I'm not really like. There's so many people. I guess you'd have to be used to it. You'd have to be brought up in it, kind of thing. But I don't think I could acclimatize to being in a city. But the thought of New York fascinates me. Fascinates me.
needs to be experienced. I was fortunate enough to live in New York for a few months, and the city lifestyle quickly grew
How
on
many
me.
places
One of my
does this
favorite
guy
places in the
live?
city is the Brooklyn Bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge is one of the most photogenic places in all of New York. It's this massive bridge that connects the boroughs of Brooklyn to Manhattan. The bridge was finished in 1883 and it's become one of New York's most popular attractions. I used to love walking across the bridge and enjoying the view of Manhattan and the water below. The bridge is a great place to experience during the day, and it gets
Look
even
at the
more stunning
flag
at night
flying
because
high.
you'll be able to see the city lights. One of the most famous places in New York City is Times Square. It's one of the world's most popular tourist attractions, bringing in over 50 million people each year. It's full of thousands of lights and advertisements. I mean, there's just so much energy there. You can walk around there for
So
hours.
much.
There are entertainers on the street and tons of other random attractions. Now, if you want a nature
this guy
break from
just
the
jump a
city,
car?
you can explore Central Park. Opened in 1876. It's home to beautiful bridges.
I think that's quite fascinating that you have like a park inside of the city where there's like no buildings. I think there's no buildings allowed to be built on it. I think that's quite fascinating. I mean, there's so much history behind all of this. You guys are a very young country, but your land itself has so much history.
Tons of walkways where you can exercise or ride a bike. I mean, just such a beautiful contrast between the hectic city life. After exploring New York, we're going to head over to the nearby region of New England, now located in the
New
northeastern
England?
part of the U.S. New England is
I'm in
comprised of
old
Vermont,
England.
New Hampshire, Massachusetts,
Oh, look at
Connecticut,
that.
Rhode Island, and Maine. New England is one of the most historical regions in the U.S. It's where the Pilgrims settled in 1620, and it's also where the Revolutionary War was born. I mean, just such a fascinating region. The most populous city in New England is Boston. Located in the state of Massachusetts, Boston is one of the oldest municipalities in the U.S., founded in 1630 by the Puritan settlers. Historical events such as the
Yo,
Boston
the
Tea Party
history.
took place.
Wait, hold up. Is this where you put the tea in the harbor? The Boston Tea Party. Okay, it is. This is the place, okay? I'm going to let you know, as an Englishman, I don't drink tea, okay? I don't. Old people drink tea all the time. I personally don't drink tea at all. I just want to let you know. I keep getting told this on a regular basis by Americans. Like if I'm in a game and they'll tell me over the headset that I'll throw your tea in the harbour, and it's just like, I don't like tea. Okay, we don't all eat tea and crumpets all of the time. But hey, much respect to you for doing this, because we kind of need to throw our own tea in the harbour over here at the minute, if you know what I'm saying.
During the Revolutionary War here. Today, Boston is a thriving city, home to universities such as Harvard and MIT. Now, if you want to escape the city and see some nature, I suggest going to Vermont. This may be one of the best places to visit during fall. The trees turn to unbelievable red, orange, and yellow colors.
Of the
Vermont
land.
is also home to historical towns such as Brattleboro. Now, another one of my favorite states in New England is Maine. Maine is the northeasternmost point in the U.S. as it borders Canada. It's famous for its scenic coastline filled with lighthouses and lobster shacks. One of my favorite cities in Maine is Portland.
This is why you guys have so much seafood.
It was first settled in 1623 by European settlers. Today it's known for its old port district and harbor. One of the coolest places is the Portland Head Light. It's a historic lighthouse that was built all the way back in 1791.
You know, when outsider looking in, we forget that America is surrounded by so much ocean. We really do. And that's why we wonder why, like, seafood is so popular over there. And yet, actually, yeah, you are surrounded by a lot of ocean. You have a lot of coastline, and it looks beautiful.
You can get the oldest lighthouse in Maine. Another beautiful place in the state is the Acadia National Park. Acadia is mostly located on the Mount Desert Island. The national park is full of granite peaks, rocky coast,
That's
and
an
tons
island?
of beautiful trees. I have to say it's one of the most impressive national parks on the East Coast.
Wow.
After Maine, we're going to head to the opposite side of the country to visit the Florida Keys. So the Florida Keys are a Coral Cay archipelago located right off of southern Florida. It's basically the American version of the Bahamas. What's really impressive is that all the islands are connected by a road, making it one of the...
I did not know that. I did not know that. This is the American version of the Bahamas. I did not know that they were all connected. You have these massive bridges connecting all of these. I'm finding new things out.
I was out in Florida in December, and I really wanted to drive all the way to the end of the Keys. When you drive on the bridges, you'll be able to see the blue Caribbean Sea. One of the most impressive ones is the 7 Mile Bridge. At the time of its construction, it was one of the longest bridges in the world. I mean, it just looks like it never ends. The final destination on the Keys takes you to the city of Key West. It's the most southern place in the continental U.S. We spent the sunset swimming on Fort Zachary Taylor State Park Beach, and it was just the perfect way to end the day. Alright, after Florida...
Hey, wait, why has this guy got such a good life? Why has this guy got such a good life? This is what you dream of doing, right? You dream of just traveling the world and experiencing everything the world has to offer. This guy's doing it. Hey, good for him.
We're going to head over to Wyoming to visit Yellowstone National Park. I went here a few weeks ago, and it was a magical experience. Now, one of the most famous places in Yellowstone is the Grand Prismatic Spring. It's the third largest hot spring in the world with a depth of 160 feet. And from above, it displays a remarkable rainbow color. You can walk on the platforms around the spring, but you'll get the best view by taking the short hike up the Grand Prismatic Spring overlook. Another iconic spot in the park is Old Faithful.
Literally just said that. Yeah, I want to visit that. I want to visit all of that. This Yellowstone's fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
It's one of the world's most famous geysers.
The geology
because
of the
its
place.
reliability. It erupts around every 90 minutes, and the boiling water can reach 185 feet high. You can also make a drive out to the Upper Falls. It's one of the most powerful waterfalls I've ever seen. Another less popular but just as stunning spot is Mammoth Springs. I went there first thing in the morning, and it was magical with all its mist coming off the hot spring terraces.
Absolutely magical.
Now, while we're still in Wyoming, we're going to head over.
That looks like something out of Lord of the Rings. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to take myself and throw the ring in Mordor, because that is absolutely amazing. Is this not where Mount Rushmore is or something like that?
Over to the nearby Grand Tetons National Park.
I might be wrong.
This is one of my favorite national parks.
Yeah, I'm wrong.
I just love the incredible scenery and the unique jagged shape of the Grand Tetons. I mean, there's
Wait. Go back. Yo, you got mountains above the clouds and we can see under the clouds as well. Like, what is America, man? You can't experience that anywhere that I've ever been. Anywhere. Look, I had children at 19, so I've never been fortunate enough to be in a position that I could leave the UK. Okay. So to 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 see stuff like that is, it's just, I only get to see it on in the movies or on YouTube or on pictures and things, and oh man, it's just a dream.
Unique, jagged shape of the Grand Tetons. I mean, there's tons of hikes to go on. One of my favorites is to Delta Lake. It's a somewhat challenging hike, but when you reach the top, you're rewarded with a blue Gatorade colored glacier lake
Wow.
that has the backdrop of the massive Grand Teton Peak. I mean, it's just hard to beat the location of the spot. When I went there, I just had to jump in the water. I
Of
have to say
course,
it was
he's
some of
gonna
the
jump in
coolest
again.
I've ever been in, but nothing makes you feel more alive than a polar plunge in some glacier water. If you want a more relaxed experience in the Tetons, you can take the ferry across Denny's Lake and then make a short hike up to the waterfall. Now, after Wyoming, we're going to make the 2-hour drive to Idaho to visit the St. Anthony Sand Dunes. I mean, this place is bizarre.
So you telling me, right, that you've just been to a glacier lake, right, in the mountains, snow on top, everything, and then you've done a 2-hour drive and you're in sand dunes and desert?
It's over 10,000 acres of sand dunes right next to some farmland. I mean, it just feels
Right
so
next
out
to
of
some farmland as well. What is America, bro? Well, hey, when the world was being made, like, you know what they thought? We'll take every map expansion we can get and we'll put them all in one place. That's it.
place, but the whole area is the ultimate playground. Some of the dunes reach 400 feet high. Now, if you love riding dune buggies
that
or
would be
dirt
so
bikes,
good.
this is the place you gotta go. My grandparents live nearby, so I've come here many times. Whenever I'm here, I feel like I'm in Dubai or somewhere exotic. It's just such an epic place you gotta visit if you're ever in Idaho. Now, after
would be so
Idaho, we're
fun.
going down to
Oh, the
Utah
salt
to
flats.
visit the famous Bonneville Salt Flats. The Salt Flats are located about 2 hours west of Salt Lake City. It's one of the craziest locations in Utah and the
This is amazing. Isn't this where they do the land speed records and things like that, I believe?
world. It's basically 30,000 acres of mud covered in a layer of salt. There's no vegetation, so all you see is white and the surrounding mountains. The Salt Flats have been featured in many music videos and movies such as Pirates of the Caribbean. I love coming out here and just messing around on the salt, whether it's setting up a tramp on the Salt Flats or jumping over my car. Since the salt is completely flat, the world's fastest land record has been set here. If you do go, be cautious
It is.
about driving on the salt because you can sink your car if the salt isn't dry. Now, when it rains, the Salt Flats become the world's largest mirror, and it's just truly a surreal place that you have to visit if you're ever in Utah. After Utah, we're going to New Mexico to visit Shiprock. Now, this may be one of the most
Wow.
random and unique rock structures I've ever seen. Special thanks to my friend David and Rule for helping.
Yo, can we just take a minute to realize that we've seen everything in this video so far? Everything. We've seen glaciers, snowy mountains, desert, lakes, Hawaii. We've seen their version of the Bahamas. We've seen huge bridges. We've seen massive built-up cities and everything, and deserts, and goodness knows how this rock was even created.
Me out with the footage here. He has some amazing shots of Shiprock. What I think is so unique about it is the volcanic spines that lead up to the rock. From a Google Earth point of view, you can see 3 volcanic spines that all come together at the rock. I mean, I've never seen anything like it before. The rock is sacred to the Navajos. They named it the Rock with Wings. I mean, what a bizarre place. While we're still in the southwest, we're going to visit Lake Powell.
Wow.
Now, Lake Powell is one of the coolest man-made lakes in the world. It's a reservoir that is located
Wait, this is man-made? This is man-made.
in Utah and Arizona. It's been called America's Lost National Park because you feel like you're in the Grand Canyon, except it's filled up with water. Now, Lake Powell was created back in 1960. A lot of my family and friends will rent a houseboat and go boating down here for weeks during the summertime. I mean, I just can't think of a better place to go wakeboarding.
So
and
you
it's a
guys filled
mecca
this up
for
with
cliff
water?
jumping and water sports. I mean, Lake Powell is such an incredible place, and I hope you all can visit one day. Now, a super cool spot right outside Lake Powell is Horseshoe Bend. It's this picturesque picturesque section of the Colorado River surrounded by massive cliff walls. Another really fascinating nearby attraction is Antelope Canyon. It's located just 20 minutes from Horseshoe Bend. Now, Antelope Canyon,
like these places are so close to each other. It's like, hey, we're going 20 minutes down this way, we're going to see some desert. We're going to just go 30 minutes this way, we're going to see some snow. We're going to go like 30 minutes that way, and then we're going to be in the Bahamas. Like, what is going on with America's geology? Like, it's just absolutely amazing. Like, it is probably the most beautiful country in the world.
and it is one of the most impressive slot canyons in the world. From the outside, the area just looks like a normal desert landscape. As you descend in the slot canyon, you'll witness some of the most beautiful sculpted sandstone. The canyon was formed by flash floods and thousands of years of erosion. Now for our last destination, we're going back to Utah to visit Zion National Park. Now Zion is just out of this world. Pictures and videos don't do it justice. It's home to steep red rock cliffs that are thousands of feet high. One of my favorite and most famous places in Zion is the hike to Angel's Landing. It's about a 5-mile round trip hike that's famous for its sketchy chain trail. We crossed the bridge over the Virgin River and headed up the trail. We hiked up some steep switchbacks until we reached the top. Angel's Landing is famous for its 1,000-foot drop-offs and chains that lead the way. I did the hike in the winter, so it was icy at times. I bought my 360 camera so I could get every possible angle of the trail.
It's icy at times. You just got a t-shirt on.
Just blew my mind. I was able to see all of Zion's Canyon. It was just surreal. If you can handle the heights, I hope you can hike Angel's Landing sometime in your life. Well, that is it for my USA Top 25. Let me know where your favorite place is in the United States in the comments below. I also started a relaxation channel where I post hour-long films with calming music.
Yeah, go and give this guy a follow.
Nature in your life. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram.
Hey, go and give this guy a follow, dude. Go and check this guy out, because he's certainly what I would say is living the dream. Like, surely there's so many of us, we think to ourselves that we want to travel the world. You guys can just travel your own country and see so many different things. That's amazing. You see, once you've seen a couple of places in England, you've pretty much seen all the places in England, you know. It's just because we're a small country and the climate's kind of the same everywhere. But in America, though, like, and I know he missed so much off this list, okay? So much off this list. Like, there's a lot that we just didn't see. In fact, do me a favor, put in the comments whatever you think is missed off this list. Just let me know. Let me know so I can actually have a look at it myself. Thank you so much for watching this with me. Did you know, I'm gonna say it, there's nothing I would love more than to take my family on a trip, like whatever it is, this journey it is that this guy's on. Like that, wow, that's an absolute dream. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. God bless.